Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Grayboardgamer here with the unboxing of the deluxe edition of Shaolia or Shaolia. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, so I apologize. Let's get this shrink wrap off, get this box open, and see what's inside. Let's take a quick look at this box art first. Well, this is actually the slipcover art. So let's take a look at that. Let's go ahead and slide that off. I can see from underneath the difference or juxtaposition of this warring scene as opposed to this more serene village. And they definitely don't appear to take place in the same location because of the mountains in the background. Maybe there's mountains like it in the back here, so maybe it takes place further away and we can just see the same ranges in the distance. But I really like the difference between the two pieces of art. The warring, real aggressive with the reds, and the more serene, cool greens and blues. Generally, I'm not that interested in slipcovers on games, but in this case, it actually adds to the aesthetic and the theme. With that said, let's get the box open and see what we have in here. Well, we can see we have a rule book right from the beginning. It's a glossy paper. We get to see the art again on the inside. Really nice rule book. Again, since I haven't played the game, I don't know if it is a rule book that is easy to follow and intuitive, or if it's going to be a challenge to get through. But as far as graphic design, layout, the way that they're pointing things out, it really looks like it's divided into nice sections. Yeah, definitely a nice looking rule book. It looks like we have some scenarios in the back. Very nice. Let's go all the way to the back and see what we have. Got deck recommendations, an FAQ, a nice lengthy FAQ, which is also really nice. Might answer a lot of questions. They're going to come up during the game. I didn't pay attention. Let me look at the front again. Yes, we do have a really thorough looking components list. That's another thing that I really like in a rule book, especially here in a board game cafe, so I can go through the games periodically and make sure the ones that have been played that I don't have any parts that I need to locate. Well, the rule book definitely looks good. Let's take a look at our contents here. We have some punch boards. That's not exactly a rarity with board games. Cardboard is nice, thick, that's sturdy. Rounded corners that you're not going to have to clip if you're a corner clipper. There's a close-up of, that's a pretty big piece of cardboard anyway. Again, nice and thick. You're not going to have any problems there with things bending and fraying on you because of these nice rounded corners. Get that back. I did just hear one of my refrigerators kick on. That's something I mentioned in a previous video, that you're going to hear background noises here because I do run a business now and I don't have the luxury of staying home and filming. So there's going to be some background noise, but I do want to put out content, so I'm going to do my best to work with it in the editing. Another nice player board. Again, no problems there, sturdiness. Have a board for the palace. I can see where these tokens are going to go. So these must be for each player. I'll say palace on them. There's 4 of them, and the game box says 2 to 4 players, so that makes sense. And I did get the deluxe edition, which probably means that's why I have metal coins. They're a nice weight, not real heavy, not like they're a real minted coin. They feel more like a lighter metal, but they feel good. Let's take a close-up look at them. They look really nice. I don't know how close I can get with this. They're pretty close. Let's take a look at these larger gold coins. Again, a nice weight to them, but not really, really heavy. Let's take a close look at that one. This one looks like a 5 denomination. It's kind of hard to not get too much glare. In the discussion we previously had on our podcast, talking about upgrading games, I'm somebody that likes to do that a lot. I like the upgraded components. There's nothing wrong with cardboard or just standees in place of something like miniatures, but I myself am a theme guy, and I like upgrading my experience for board games. Some simple blue crystals. This is nothing out of the ordinary. Your standard board game fare there. Again, still nice to have instead of tokens. These appear to be a wooden component. Sound like wood. Look like they're crossed scimitars. Yeah, that's exactly what they are. I appreciate the silica gel being placed in there. I know a lot of times when they're packaging these, they're not quite done curing the paint job. Sometimes you get the components that are kind of still stuck together, and you can get a little rough finish when you pull them apart. And I really like these wooden components already. These nice little details on them, like this punched out plus sign on these, what I assume are some kind of health token. Going that extra step and actually making that punched out, I like that a lot. What else we have for wooden components? Here's another one that's punched out. I'm liking what I see already. I hope the game plays as good as it looks, but these little punched out components, that really adds a lot to the quality and the aesthetic for me. Not exactly sure what that is. I know what it's not, but what it reminds me of is right outside my business here at Your Turn, there's a free library, and it looks exactly like this. That's funny. We have our little soldiers, maybe. I'm guessing. I don't know. Maybe not. Can't really tell what they're holding. It doesn't, from the side it looks like they're carrying Something wide, like a book almost. Maybe they're monks. Yeah, we'll go with monks instead of warriors. We have more. There's a lot of wooden tokens in here. I really like that. Little cracked health tokens, probably to denote damage, as opposed to the ones with the plus sign on them. Very nice. One big component here, maybe a first player marker. Also wood, and also punched out. Very well done. Those are really small punch outs too. Oh, I lost a guy here. Let me put him back in his bag with his friends here, and we'll take a look at those dice. They look to be etched instead of screen printed. And they are. They look like they have stars maybe. Almost like constellations laid out on them. Also rounded edges, get you a better roll. Won't tear up your dice tray as quick. And it looks like we're down to decks of cards. So let's take a look at some of these. If I can get it open. The pull tab actually works. Very good. I don't have to risk damaging it by scraping it with my nail or getting my razor too close to it. Have to hold these at a slight angle so we don't get that glare right there. Looks like you can see in the glare there that we got a linen finish, rounded corners. And I'll have to check my sleeve sizes to see if these fit a regular size sleeve or if it's something we're gonna have to modify another larger sleeve to fit. And player aids. Always welcome to have player aids in a game. The cards themselves are not real sturdy, but again, I'm a card sleever, and they appear to have enough room around them for sleeving, and maybe enough room for the added height of the sleeves. Won't know until I actually try the sleeving. Speaking of, let me grab a sleeve real quick and see if it fits. According to my Matt from Sleeve Kings, these should be a 70 by 70 square. And they are, and they fit well. You can see there's not a lot of excess sleeve around them, which means they will fit in these trays with plenty of room to spare. I'll have to wait to see if the height is going to be too much for this or not. We'll worry about that when we get to it, but I already have a sleeve size from Sleeve Kings. They're 70 by 70 millimeter, and this is what I use in my cafe for all my games. Our Sleeve King sleeves have been really good to us and helping us out, especially having to sleeve over 1,200 games. One last thing is to look under the insert to make sure there's nothing hiding from me. I've had that bite me once in an unboxing, and in a few games you'll find something in the rules or during a scenario they'll say look under the insert, and you'll find extra cards or additional material. This has been the unboxing of the deluxe edition of Shaolia Warring States. I appreciate you watching the video and staying with the channel during my long sabbatical while I was building my board game cafe. Please take a moment to like the video, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when new videos are coming out, because there's going to be more content coming out on a regular basis now. I'll also put a link in the description, and I'll try to put one on the end screen here, which I think I can do, for the Beans and Dice channel. They're good friends of mine, part of my gaming group. They have a podcast. That's one of the videos I just put up on my channel. I'm going to be collaborating with them a lot, so you'll see a lot of my videos probably on their channel, and I'll be posting their videos to my channel. So take a moment, check out their content, subscribe to them. It would mean a lot to get them to that 1,000 subscriber mark so they can monetize their videos and actually make a little bit of money. I know the people on that channel, and they spend a lot of money on equipment to bring you a good product. And we're working with different things, trying to figure out what's best. So not only will you be seeing more content from me and them, we're working on getting the equipment upgraded to give you a better product in the end. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing and sticking with me. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.